Today we're going to look at some of the artwork in the house. But first, before we do that, this is where some of it is stored. If you want to use the word stored, that's using it rather loosely. It's where it's kept. This is my stuff, basically. But let's go look at everything. So you may say, I don't care about the artwork in your house. But that's okay. I like it. And you might like some of it too. Some of it's mine, some of it isn't. We'll go through a couple rooms and I'll show you the stuff and I'll ramble on about some of it. And till we get to be about 8 minutes. So let's see what happens. This particular thing is obviously a copy of one that was done by, I can't remember who, but somebody famous. And was in my husband's family. His mom had that hanging on the wall. This is one of mine. This is one of my favorites. And by the way, that is me when I was 20 something. This is one of my favorites that I did. It's all kind of mixed media stuff. Coming over here, we have another one that I did. Another one of my faves, actually. And there's one of my, maybe not as much faves, but that's one of mine also. Here's one of mine that I did called Some Summertime. I didn't tell you the names of the other ones because frankly, I kind of forgot. And I'd have to look on them, but I don't feel like taking them off. And there's a picture of me when I was a while ago. This is so one of my faves. This is one of the, this is probably one of the first pieces of so-called artwork that I ever did. I was in college. And I took a screen printing class. And the reason I took that class was because my husband at that time was in it. And I wanted to be in the same class as he was in. So I took the class. And I actually really like this still. Even after all those years. After, let's see, that had to be 50 years ago. Here's photography. I've got a light attached to this thing. So that's going to kind of mess stuff up. This, oh my gosh, this is literally one of my favorite things that I've made. I am never, ever, 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 ever going to sell this. This is when I was doing spray paints and I saw a picture of something and I was wondering if I could sort of copy, spray paint it, whatever. And so I said, let me make a test one to begin with. So I made, because I was going to do a bigger one. So I made this and I just loved it so much that I never made the bigger one, and this is never going to leave my house until I'm dead. This is something that my mother made, and I ended up with it, so I'm happy to have it. It's an oil painting. This is one of mine, little mixed media with a lot of resin on it. It's about a 12 by 12, something like about an 8 by 8. I really like this one. I love the colors in this, and I like the red, and I like the bumps and stuff in it. This is, let me see if I can scoot this out a little bit, photography that I did. I like doing pictures. This one is one that was by, or actually is by an artist that was Randy Herring. I actually got this because I traded, I think, one of mine for his, or no, I made some money off of selling one of my first paintings that I ever sold, and I had enough money, and I asked him if I could buy it for that amount of money, which was way less than what it was worth, but I absolutely love it. And Randy, if you can see this, I still love your work, and I've got a couple others of his. This is my first paint and sip. I went with some girls to a paint and sip thing, and they were doing this thing, and so I did it. When I was done, I was going, oh, that's not so bad. I don't mind that. Went to another paint and sip. And I go, oh. And I actually kind of like the ones that I did better than theirs. And I'm going, oh, maybe I can do this. So I started painting. Here's one that I did with my daughter. When she would come to visit sometimes, we would pick a little topic and then each of us would do our version of it. And I always thought hers was so much more better than mine. But I still like this one. This is actually one of my husband's favorites. It's funny because I did this one with one of my grandsons. Sometimes when he would come over, every now and then we would do a little artwork together. And then he and I decided to each do, like we just chose to do giraffes. We found this picture. and we both did it. And I ended up with this version, and this was pretty cool too, actually. This particular one up here, it's got some reflection, sorry about that. It's by a friend of mine, Jackie. I loved it, and I'm so glad I have it. There's something else of mine that I did. This one, I'm sorry it's behind that thing, but I don't feel like moving it, is by my brother-in-law, Bruce. Actually, I think he's pretty darn talented, and he was just taking a class. This is by my granddaughter. She gave this to me for Christmas. This is also by my granddaughter. No, not that one. That's the calendar, but that's Sassy calendar, the Southern Art Society calendar. I'm only in September. Guess what month this is? November. Yeah, I know. I have to change it. This one is by my granddaughter. Oh my gosh. She was doing this. I was showing her how to do like a stencil thing with that bee there, and just doing a couple dots of UV resin and whatever. Another stencil thing over there. And she came up with this, and I'm going, what the freak? And so I sent pictures of it to family members, and one of my daughters was saying how much she loved it. And I said, and I loved it, and I said, come on, can I have this one for my birthday? Because it was almost my birthday. And she very innocently said, yeah. So when my daughter said, I want it, I said, too bad, she already gave it to me. It says, monsters have taken over, but humans have peace with them. We are in a world of wonder. Where the freak did she come up with that? That's just, I don't know, I just love that thing. This is another one of mine when I was like exploring all the paint pouring stuff and everything. Let me see what's up here. We're getting almost at 8 minutes already. Every year I like to do Christmas things. Actually, I haven't done any Christmas ones this year. This one is from, what does it say? 2020. So that's a pretty nice one. And then this red one back there, that goes to one of my sons, but he hasn't bothered to pick it up yet, so I'm keeping it. This photography that I did, it's Electric Caterpillar. I'd take it, sorry about the glare. I'd taken a picture of a caterpillar and then had so much fun with the photoshopping type stuff to really make it awesome. Another one of mine that I kind of like this one a lot. Over here we have, this one is not mine. This is Jonas Gerard, Asheville artist. And he died a couple years ago, but luckily before he died, I was able to meet him, talk with him. Not anything super personal, but you know. But I've got pictures of me buying this picture there. And then that one over there in the corner, down there, that's mine also. This is another Jonas Gerard that I bought the same day that I bought the other one. It's funny because I bought the other one first, and then I was going to go home because I'd only allotted so much money for expensive real art. And then I saw, we went to his other studio, and I saw this one there, and I'm going, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it. And there it is. I love it. I love it. This is a poem by my nephew who passed away. But I just keep it here, and I get to pray for him and think of him all the time. Okay, we're on the 8-minute mark, so I'm just going to finish up the living room. This is something that I worked on with my grandson, and we were just playing with collage and stuff, so we made double-sided collages. So I kind of like mine, actually. I think it's sort of cool. We practiced some different techniques. This is by North Carolina artist. She'd won first place in a show. That's Susan Walker. And there's something that my daughter did. Oh my gosh, she went to a paint and sip. Come on, that's awesome, isn't it? That's amazing. This was by an artist friend of mine. I bought it off of her. This is an original by Paul Creamy, who Massachusetts, Florida artist, and my sister has a lot of his stuff. And I've given her some of my stuff, so we kind of traded a Paul Creamy for one of my things, and that's one of mine also. So that's what we're doing today. That's going to be the video that I'm going to post, but I have wonderful news for me. And that wonderful news is I ordered a gimbal. I ordered a gimbal, and it's supposed to be here later today. I was going to wait and film then, but what if I didn't know how to use it, or what if I messed up with it? So anyway, hopefully tomorrow's, whatever I decide to do, which I haven't decided yet, will be on the gimbal, and I'll be having fun with it. I hope so. Bye-bye.